This is a video I want to watch. I made Beyblades a threat to my safety. Look at that fucking mechanism there. Also, it's a metal fight. Beast. Best Beyblade generation. Metal fight. And that shit. I want to watch it so much.
So I recently got a hold of some Beyblades.
Metal fight.
And these are the old school Beyblades. Well,
Base.
not the old school
Yeah.
Beyblades. Those are all plastic and awful.
Plus.
These are the metal fight Beyblades. These are actually pretty cool. And to launch these things, you've got these little dedicated launcher bits. You just stick it on the hooks and you let it rip, as they say. And if you got two of them, you can have a battle. But to get them to really do anything, you need a stadium, which I have right here. And the stadium is cool because it's all concave and they'll kind of just go in a circle. It depends on like the kind of tip and all that. Like the flat tips go a little faster. Watch this.
Yeah.
See, look at that. That one's moving. Hold on, I'm gonna incite some violence. And you know what? Beyblade is actually really fun. At least the old metal fight stuff that I know about. This was huge back when I was in like elementary.
I don't know why I prefer metal fight. They look so much cleaner than the new ones. Like, I think the new ones are so ugly. Like, the bulky plastic ones with lots of rubber, I find those fucking shit so ugly. Like, it's so fucking all over the place, the designs. Like, the new ones, like, when you, like somewhat, like, those, like, with those special tips, I think they're decent, but still, like, I hate the fact they're so fucking tall. I love metal fight because it's just so fucking clean. And like, it just like, I don't know why, like metal fight just looks much better. They have designs are so much cooler.
To middle school.
Oh,
I
look
still
at that.
kind of remember all of the meta. Like this one right here, Gravity Destroyer. This dude is badass. This is some random one, Thermal Wolf, I believe. This is just kind of garbage. And I've even been playing with 3D printing some of my own parts. This dude, if I had access to 3D printing, I would have made so many Beyblade parts back in the day. That's all I would have done with a 3D printer.
Yeah,
let's see if we can
Beyblade parts.
really get a fight going here. Oh,
I do have some Beyblades.
Okay. So, you don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
See, this guy's just too short. Too short for his own good. We'll try this one. Pegasus something or other. And there's so much that matters, like the launch angle and stuff. Whoa.
Look at that. That's so fucking sick. Oh my god.
Whoa.
I'm just
so it
fucking
can actually
geeking
be
out
a
for
pretty good game. Especially if you got a buddy.
What about Beyblade?
But unfortunately, I have ruined this game for myself. And that's entirely because I built this.
Oh my god, I want that.
This is the WMD launcher.
I
There are
want
different
that.
kinds of launchers in the Beyblade universe. There's the ripcord launcher, you saw that earlier. There's the
That looks like a
string
fucking
launcher.
motorcycle.
This is technically a rev-up launcher, but it's been modified to just be a string launcher. There's
That looks like a fucking gas, like, pulley. Like, when you're fucking, like, pulling a chainsaw. Like, it looks like a chainsaw fucking pull.
launchers that can spin both right and left and all this other crazy stuff. But the one I built, this one just makes the game unplayable. This is the pull starter for a lawnmower, and there is an intricate gear system involved.
Oh my
if
god.
I remember correctly, the total mechanical advantage is like 12-to-1 mechanical advantage. Is that the right term? I'm taking a very slow input and making it very fast, and that's 12-to-1. And so let me just give you an example here.
How fast?
The tip on this one is a little bit sharper, which means it doesn't move around as much. Here's with the normal ripcord launcher.
Yeah.
Okay, decent amount of movement. This one's a little bit worn out. That's not bad. We'll switch over to the modified rev-up launcher with a string. This is more powerful.
Yeah, it's more powerful, yeah.
Good amount of movement there. And now we'll use the WMD. Excuse me, I need to stand up for this.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's making sounds. It's making oh my god. So you're spinning. Oh, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, they hurt now. Just listen to
that might have scraped your fucking finger. Okay.
This.
That looks so sick, though. Is that a magnet?
Like, there's so much airflow coming
Oh,
off of
airflow,
that
that's
thing.
air. Oh my god. That's scary.
Ow!
That's so
Jeez.
fucking scary.
And there are some with rubber tips that
Yeah.
have like really high friction with the stadium.
What would
These
happen?
ones go really fast. Now they go irresponsibly fast.
Oh my god. It just fucking flies. Ooh.
I need to stop grabbing them. This is what I mean when I say I've ruined the game.
Oh my god.
So rubber tips functionally don't exist now. Half of
You
them
need
just
a
do this.
bigger.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, sick. You need a bigger, like, stadium, like a more concave one.
Holy crap. Okay, this one just needs to be taller. We'll put a taller track on there.
Not gonna lie, I want to build like a big stadium for Beyblades. And with that powerful launcher.
Oh, holy crap!
Oh my god, oh, that's sick.
The dude
That's so
left the
fucking sick.
stadium. Stop. So the game cannot be played, like I said earlier. Whoa, that is quick.
Did you make a
But, like,
bigger
you
stadium?
can still do stuff.
Oh my god, that's
Oh,
so
that
fucking
was
sick
sick.
though.
My favorite thing to do is grabbing the ones with the most recoil and then playing those. Oh.
It just fucking explodes. Oh my
I
god.
don't even know where that one went. If you're using this launcher, nobody wins, but everybody will get hurt.
Yeah.
And that has to count for something.
Oh my god, that's so fucking sick though.
Oh, that was a sick knockout. I like to call this one the trumpets of hell, because that's where you'll end up when this thing pops out of the
Yeah.
stadium and fucking kills you.
Yeah, if that hits your head, you're fucking dying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh. That thing's aggressive.
Little aggressive, that one.
Oh,
Oh,
it's fucking like full.
it's
Oh,
terrifying.
it's killing
scary.
everything.
They're so,
It's killing
they're
everything.
so scary.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, man. Oh, did that crack my monitor? I'm surprised they aren't breaking. Like, you can see the battle scar.
Oh, wait, what did it crack?
Jeez, man. Oh, did that crack my monitor?
Oh. Oh, it almost hit
I'm
this
surprised
monitor.
they aren't breaking.
Yeah.
You can see the battle scars,
Yeah.
especially on these painted ones, but they're not like chipping off.
True.
Man, these have taken some damage. So here it is, the WMD launcher. I'm gonna put
That's
like a
so
little
sick,
tutorial
though.
together or something in the 3D printed files, and then where you can buy this lawnmower starter if you want to make this thing. But I sincerely hope you don't.
Oh,
Jeez!
I love that.
All right, so to put this thing together, you will need one of these,
Yeah?
various M2 screws, various small washers, and various M3
I want
screws.
to buy
Also,
3D
some of these
printer just to
little heat set
build
brass
that
inserts and a
kind
way
of
to put them in.
things.
A soldering iron works great, and a little bit of silicone grease. I mean, any grease will do. I just like this one. And that's it for the hardware, but you'll also,
Yeah,
you'll also
launcher.
need to sacrifice one of your Beyblade launchers. It doesn't really matter which one. All we need is this
Yeah.
piece.
Also, you
Not
can
to mention,
3D
you will
print one.
also need all of the 3D printed parts, and there will be links to everything you see before
looks so
you in the
fucking
description. If you don't have a 3D printer, there's actually
He
some
needs to make a
services that
fucking
you can
bigger,
send
like,
the 3D
stadium.
print files, and they can print them out for you. There's ones like Shapeways, PCB Way can do it, or just ask your uncle with a 3D printer. That works too. All right, let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is take off the launcher piece. All we need are the little hooks. We don't need any of the stuff in here. We don't even need this screw. So put those aside and just hold on to this guy. Now we're going to take the big plate piece and we're going to put in 4 heat set inserts. And it technically doesn't matter which side you put these in from, but I would recommend putting them in through the bottom, just because then it'll come out cleaner on this side, which is the side you're mating to the starter. So just take your soldering iron, stick it through right there.
I just like
Go ahead and slowly push it in until it's just a little bit past flush. Right there. And that's what you want it to look like. So do that on all
I
4
want a 3D
corners.
printer to just make stuff like this.
Now I want you to go ahead and grab the output shaft. all of these shafts should not be printed standing up like that. You're going to want to print them with one of the sides flat. You want the layers to build up going this way. And the reason for that is that they can shear from the torque of the launcher, and they can split in half really easily if you print it going up and down like that. And this one is a little tricky, so you're gonna need a little bit of support. You can see it came out a little bit scummy. But this one you also want to print like that. But anyway, this piece, take your insert, stick it right in the end. And now this one, you can't just push the soldering iron straight into it because it doesn't go deep enough. If you've got the proper tool for this, you already know what to do. But if you're using a soldering iron, you'll just want to kind of do it like this. This takes longer to heat up, but this way you're not jamming the end of it straight into the print. All right, that looks pretty good. So if you accidentally burn the print a little bit, that's no big deal. That's fine. Now you're going to want to take your two pillars, and you're going to put a heat insert in both sides of both of them. That's going to be dangerous. All right, those are good to go. Next, we're going to use this piece right here. When printing this one, definitely print it in this orientation. You're going to have to put some support material in there, but that's all right. You want this to be as smooth as possible. So go ahead and put a couple of inserts in the back of this. And don't be like me and put the wrong size one in there. You got to use the ones that are less than 6 millimeters. And that'll do it for this part. In fact, that'll do it for all of the heat inserts. Now I want you to go ahead and grab the lawnmower starter. Very carefully take off this center screw.
There's
and
the
reason
spring,
I say very carefully is because there is a very large spring
that would
in the back of this
you.
thing. And it has the potential to come out once this screw is out. So if I were you, I would hold on to the outer plastic here and then unscrew this. Now just take this inner plastic ring out. You should be okay to let go at this point. You'll have to just kind of feel it out. If it wants to come up on you, then don't let go. But mine seems like it's staying stable. Whatever you do, do not pull this in this state. It will actually just blow up on you. Okay, so now with that piece we just took out, you're going to want to take this washer out and then just transplant it to the piece that we just finished with. And this should already be kind of pre-greased, so you don't really need to put any more in. All right, and there you go. That is now in. And now this part can be kind of tricky because you really want that washer to stay in there, but now you got to flip it upside down. Oh, see, it just fell out for me. So I'm going to just pick it up, do it this way. Okay, so once you get that on the spring there, you want to rotate the 3D printed part until the teeth of this nylon piece line up with the indent on the 3D printed part. So that's perfect right there. Go ahead and press it down. Take the screw, put it back in, and screw it back down. Make sure that you're mating with these indents correctly. You don't want the 3D print to be on top of it. But this looks good to me. So now what you're going to want to do is slowly turn this. We want to make sure that the screw is not turning with the rest of it. So pull a little bit to get it to turn.
Okay, yeah. So
it's not turning in that direction.
That's what I told you.
It's not turning in that direction. So that looks good to me. All right, next step. Go ahead and grab this piece, and we're just going to install it on the starter, just like that. Now grab some of your M3 screws. I'm going to be using M3 by 8 millimeter screws for this, and then get those connected together. And don't over torque these because the heat inserts can come out if they're not inserted too great. Next, you're going to want to take some cutters of some kind, and we need to cut down this portion of the nylon plastic. You can just start right here and snip that off, and then you can snip that off, and we want to cut down this ridge a little bit. Oh, and that should be good enough. And then do it again on the other side.
It's kind of scary.
And that's perfect. Next, go ahead and take the large shaft. There's a couple of pins that you got to take out here. I think there's one on 2 of the corners. Okay. Actually, I'm going to change my mind a bit. Let's not put this in quite yet. Go ahead and grab the large output shaft ring and apply some grease to the top of it. Don't need a ton, just enough to get a decent coating on there. Now go ahead and put that on the shaft, and I want the greased side to be up, and then push it down to about like that. Now go ahead and grab your big gear and then slide that on. Now you're going to want to grease the gear. You just need to put a couple of really big chunks in a couple of different spots, maybe like 4 or 5 of these, and then it'll spread itself around as it spins. Then once you've greased the big gear, go ahead and grab your smaller input shaft ring. Go ahead and grease one side of that as well. Now take the input shaft and flip it around like this, and make sure the greased side of the ring is up, and then put it on like that. Now we'll go ahead and take the body plate. I forgot that we were supposed to take the 2 pillars and to get those installed. A couple of small M3 screws. All right, so now that the pillars are put in, now we can put this in. Make sure that all of the extra holes on the body plate are on the right side of it, and then make sure the polar on the starter is on the bottom left side of it. Once you're in that orientation, you can go ahead and put it on. And for that, I'm going to use some M3 by 10 millimeter screws. You're probably going to have to put a washer on it as well so it doesn't sink into these holes. And then put the screws in on the starter end. Then once that is attached, we're going to go ahead and grease the inside of the hole on the body plate, the big one right here. But make sure not to get it into the pentagon-shaped hole. So just right along the edge. I also want you to grease the input shaft right where it meets the small ring. So all along it right there. And try and clean off some of the excess. We don't want too much of it on the shaft itself, just in the corner. All right, now go ahead and install the input shaft. Now go ahead and grab the intermediate shaft and press the intermediate gear onto it. You want about an even amount of space on each side. Now go ahead and grab a M6 washer and add some grease to both sides of that. Take your washer, set it right there, and then grease another washer and put it on the other side. Go ahead and put some grease on each of the edges of the intermediate shaft on both sides. And then we can go ahead and put it into the body plate with the bigger gear facing up, just like that. Now you're going to want to take the output shaft and slip a greased M6 washer onto it, and then put that into this piece. And then go ahead and grease right along the circular ridge on the output shaft. Then go ahead and install the cover, and that will go on with some very small M2 screws. And these are just threading into the plastic, so be careful not to over torque them.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna take this piece that looks vaguely like the channel logo, and we're gonna install that circle side up right onto the output shaft. And since the output shaft needs to be printed horizontally with support material and all that, it can be a little bit scummy, and you may need to trim it down just a tiny little bit to get it to fit. But you want to get it on there enough so that the output shaft and then the blue piece are just about flush in there. And then you want to take your launcher piece, but just note that it's going to be a little tough to get in there. But once that is on, you can secure it with another M3 screw. I think this is an M3 by 6, and make sure you put a washer on there. Now take another greased washer and stick that on that side, then install the small gear. And this can be kind of tough. I like to take a screwdriver with a changeable bit on the end and then just
smash it in.
And then take the output shaft bushing and install that same way. And then another greased washer. And now you should be able to install this top plate. Then secure it down with a couple more M3 screws. Make sure the 2 big gears got greased, by the way. That's really important. And that's it. Now you're going to notice right off the bat here.
It's good.
It's a bit tight.
Yeah.
And see, it doesn't even retract from... Oh. Okay, I guess it does retract. It just has a hard time sometimes.
Yeah, it's
like right now. New. And you know what? That is okay. Because there is kind of a break-in period with this thing. And the best way to break it in is really just to use it.
Yeah, use it.
If you want, you can also go back through and re-grease stuff if you think you didn't do a great job. But honestly, it just takes some time. And don't pull it too hard and too fast too early because you might actually melt some of the plastic parts.
Yeah, because it is plastic.
But yeah, the more you use it, the faster it'll get broken in.
Oh my god,
that's so fucking sick. Thank you for watching.
Oh, that's so fucking sick. I love that shit. Oh my god. That's so sick. I want to build that so much.